Go ahead and say your name for me.
Robert Rowley, Robert Rowley.
All right, and what do you do here?
I am the director for the Maricopa County Department of Emergency Management.
Okay, and what do you guys kind of do? What is your job?
So we are, for the most part, we're a planning department. So we take care of emergency response plans for large emergencies or disasters. So in Maricopa County, that oftentimes means planning for heat-related emergencies, power outages, flash floods are the big ones around here, some wildfire around the outer portions of the county. And then we also have the Palo Verde Nuclear Generating Station, and the Federal Radiological Emergency Preparedness Program is a mandated emergency planning process that we have to go through. Any county has to go through that has a nuclear generating station in their county. So we spend a lot of time doing planning and exercising for Palo Verde.
Awesome. So right now with what's going on with all the nuclear threats and all that crazy business, what are some things, worst case scenario, unlikely, what should people do in order to kind of plan, since we don't do bomb shelters anymore? That's, out of practice for years.
So, it's interesting. There are always things that come up that suddenly get people thinking about what should I do in the event of a large emergency. It's disaster, X that gets them thinking about it. And in this case, with all of the saber rattling that's occurring between us and North Korea, it's got people thinking, what do I do in the case of a nuclear bomb going off? And really, when you think about it, the nuclear bomb going off, when it comes to your personal preparedness, is no different than being prepared for a tornado or a hurricane or an earthquake or a flash flood or any other major disaster that might occur and affect you. So there isn't really much you can do to protect yourself from the disaster itself. If you're at ground zero for whatever the disaster is, you're likely not going to be in very good shape. But what we're really trying to get you to do is prepare for how are you going to survive after the disaster occurs. So after the flash flood has happened, after the earthquake has happened, what do you have in place to make sure that you and your family are taken care of in that scenario? So now you're at home, there's been a major earthquake, there's no power, there's no water, the streets are all messed up so you can't go anywhere. Have you prepared your family for that situation? Your family, the disaster has occurred and you and your family are in all different locations, which is typical during the day. Kids are at school, husband's at work, wife's at work, and now there's no electricity, no communications. What have you planned for a way for you guys to get reunited in the event of a disaster? Well, these are all things that we've been telling people for years now to do, which is have an emergency kit ready to go. So, and that kit is if you need to bug in to your house for several days without running water or electricity, or you have to evacuate and go somewhere else. 2 is have your family emergency plan taken care of, and that's the scenario I just described. So a part of your family emergency plan is your family communications plan. What are your prearranged meeting places? How you guys going to communicate with each other? And then lastly is how are you going to be informed? So there's a disaster that may be coming. How are you going to receive that emergency notification? There's a number of ways you can do it. One of the best ones is to register with the Maricopa County Community Emergency Notification System, SENS, and you register your email address and cell phone number and home phone number, and then we can actually call you or text you or email you with emergency information. And you can register on that at ready.maricopa.gov.
Awesome. That's a really cool program that you guys got going.
We are always working on making our plans as comprehensive and better, and that's why we exercise them. But we have a surprisingly low number of people that have actually registered in the system.
Maybe this will get some people into here.
We will hope,
a little more
definitely.
Prepared. Awesome.